Welcome to the super fun game review podcast. Go Mega Ultra Between Review Show. Down. Welcome to MUBRS. Tonight, we are going to be doing our retrospective retro
sound
on
test.
the Sony PlayStation 4.
Ooh, number 4.
But first, Steve has a word from our sponsor.
You mean our sponsor, Deep Creek Glassworks?
Yes, sir. That's the one.
Oh, man, because I'm going to tell you about Deep Creek Glassworks, who's been making handcrafted durable works of art since 2013. Motherfuckers. Oh, wow, they're getting close to a 10-year anniversary.
Get some art in your cart.
And then click
on Etsy.
Buy now and use our promo code SUPERFUN to get 10% off your first purchase, because that's great. Do you want ornaments? Awesome. Do you want like glassware? Even more awesome.
Beautiful, durable glassware.
Yeah.
Usable.
Yes.
Very usable.
Indeed. Craft show season, I will keep saying. If you're in the Southeast PA area, take a look at their website, Deep Creek Glassworks, work spelled WORX, to find out where they're going to be. I will even say a couple weeks I'll be helping Tanner out with some of them. So, hey, you come out, you get some cool shit, you meet me, I'll give you a high five, I'll sanitize my hands afterwards, and then we'll say goodbye.
And then I'll fondle your jimmies.
That's only if you buy like 3 pieces of glass, then I will fondle your jimmies. But that's just bonus, because I can't sell that anymore. Not after that civil lawsuit.
Speaking of bonus, free shipping!
Free shipping in crush resistant boxes, so your shit doesn't get smashed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go check them out.
Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
Man, I really love this glass. So yeah, check them out on Instagram, Etsy, their webpage, deepcreekglassworks.com, work spelled WORX. Today,
a few notes about the PlayStation 4. It had its first release in the United States on November 15th, 2013.
Jesus, that was a long time ago.
Not really. I mean, it's kind of crazy that it is only like 8 or 9 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
But
It felt like forever.
it does.
It was a really long generation of console.
Yeah.
But there's still games that I play on the PlayStation 4, which is fucking nuts. Like, you know.
Me too.
Me too.
Yeah, because that's the current console for you guys.
Yeah.
It had 106 million units sold as of right now.
All right.
That's
Wow.
It's still in production, still being sold.
Still going.
Yep.
Sort of.
They have like 116 out there. That's what they've shipped. 116 million shipped worldwide.
Huh.
So there's, about 10 million sitting on shelves.
Yeah, because
that
I know
are
even
available.
last year they were pushing like a lot of
They had
PS4s because they
Yeah.
couldn't get the right stuff for the PS5. So we're like, we're just going to make more of
up the
these.
capacity for that. They were
Yeah.
like, well,
Yeah.
we can't get PS5s out there, so
We'll give you it's
older brother.
yeah. The one who still lives in the basement.
surprising thing to me, though, is that like some models have been discontinued.
Yeah, the original generation and the Pro, right? The Pro's they're not making the Pro anymore or something?
I didn't see the Pro.
The Poe?
The
No.
Poe.
I didn't see the Popo.
Oh shit, the Popo!
Not saying it
The
wasn't.
Popo.
Popo.
But the one that did catch my eye was, and it's kind of surprising that it lasted this long, was the original, like you said, the original 500 gigabyte,
Yeah, they're all
hard disk drive version.
They're all terabyte now.
Like, gone.
That's what I have. I have the original 500. I got mine at launch.
Same.
As per tradition, I got mine a couple years after that.
It's fair. It's fair.
Trying to think of when I got. I think it wasn't even until like 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. I was a few years
I think it was
removed.
like a year after.
I thought it wasn't that long because didn't you have GTA 5 on PS3?
I did.
and then you got the PS5. I thought you upgrade or the PS4. I thought you got an upgraded version or whatever.
I eventually did.
You got in on the last like month that they were doing that for free, I think.
Yeah.
And that didn't run for very long.
No, it didn't.
So it was kind of close after
it was
launch.
a couple months.
Yeah. Well, no, because I think I don't know, because I just remember it before I moved into the place in Saratoga when I was living in the shithole before there. That's when I actually got, that's when I got the PS4. Maybe I got a little earlier than I thought I did.
I think you did.
Yeah.
Give yourself some credit, damn it.
All right. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, this was Sony's latest jet engine that they decided to make.
Especially on those later games, man.
Whew, yeah.
Are you playing a game? No, I'm taking it into space.
Yeah, the PlayStation 4, especially like the launch models, the older it got, the more and more it just sounded absolutely terrible to boot that thing on.
It was a combination of things. It was like they made it not easy to clean, which I cleaned mine out like every year. And then they were also pushing the hardware harder and harder and harder. And that thing was just like, yeah, it's getting hot and I can't keep up anymore.
I probably should clean it. That might help a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, that thing was fucking loud.
Some artifacting there. Something thrown off a little bit.
You might find some actual artifacts inside of your PlayStation 4.
I don't. At least they made it where I don't think it takes any special bits or anything like that.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I think you can just do it with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
I don't think you actually need anything special to get it open.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's not like a Xbox 360 where you needed a butter knife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
Or
most
specially
specialized-
shaping fucking old credit card or something.
Yeah, yeah. You cut a bigger rounded edge on a credit card. You can get those open too.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone else have anything else for the PlayStation development? We can dive into some of the accessories.
Okay. Yeah, we can move into accessories and personal stories and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think the most important accessory that you could have for a PlayStation 4 was the external hard drive.
Goddamn right.
Never had one.
It was almost fucking mandatory if you played a lot of games. Like you kind of started dipping into like the PC side of things when the PlayStation was out.
Yeah.
So you didn't really, get to that point where you're like, oh my god, my PlayStation 4 is like jam packed with games that I'm actively
I did get
playing.
to the point where like, I mean, and it's still that way, I mean, I got a PS5 just a couple weeks ago, but like I could only have 2 games on it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. It's like I could have 3 maybe, and then as more games started coming out, I'm like, oh, all right, so I'm going to have to like uninstall these, reinstall, and it just became a total pain in the dick. And then it's like, it is time to just get an external hard drive.
It's fucking wild, like how big games got too.
Yeah.
Like
Warzone.
Red Dead.
Yeah.
Red Dead's like 110 gigabytes.
Call of Duty's even
Call
more
of
of
Duty's
that.
up to 140 now.
Yeah, Call of
Jesus.
Duty's 140.
Nuts.
That is nuts.
Yeah. And if you have like a 500 gigabyte hard drive, there's still a lot of memory that's being taken up by everything else.
Yeah. Like
That's-
my 500 gigabyte model, I only get to use 300 of it.
Yeah.
I share my systems with my child, and I have to explain to him like, hey, you can't have all of your games all the time because we are sharing this space, and you like games like the Avengers game, which is also 110 gigabytes.
Oh my God.
It is fucking insane. I want him to just lose interest in that game as soon as possible, but also it brings him a lot of joy. So I don't like. It's like one of those things. It's like, okay,
All right, son. Today's lesson of the day is called data management.
yeah, seriously. like he wanted to have like both of the Spider-Man games and the Avengers game, and I was like, pick one of the Spider-Man games. You've beaten Miles Morales twice,
Yeah.
so like, let's move on.
But I want both, Daddy.
I was like, no. You get the Spider-Man. You pick a Spider-Man game.
But Spider-Man.
No. No. The baby talk does not work on me. It actually just infuriates me. I'm like, no.
I know. I've tried. It doesn't work.
It does not work on me.
Not often.
Let's do a whole episode where we talk to Clark and baby talk.
Oh my God.
As long as I don't have to edit it, whatever.
We have to play The Last of Us again first, so it even makes it
More
God.
infuriating.
a baby talk review of Last of Us 1.
And then the Quaker came around the corner and made me go poo-poo in my pants. Oh, no.
Well, Adam Sandler, thanks for joining us tonight.
Elry's kind of a cunt to Joel.
It was fun when Joel got his face smashed in.
Jesus.
Violence is the answer. Hell, Satan. What kind of child are you fucking raising right now?
A cool one.
Oh, there's no hope for the future.
So I mean, like outside of the hard drive, there's not many other accessories other than the VR.
Yeah, I was going to mention the VR.
Yeah, PlayStation VR was a big thing for this system.
Yeah, well, I'm also wondering because it didn't follow, after like the PS3. Are there like instrument peripherals for the PS4?
Well,
or can you use
kind
them
of-
still?
Rock
Kind
Band
of.
4 was on the PlayStation 4, but
Okay.
it also launched on PS3.
Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, you could use a PS3 controller on a PS4.
You had to buy an adapter, and the adapters sold out fucking instantly. I
bet.
remember looking for one because Hamill wanted one.
Oh, okay.
And he was just like, dude, these are going to go fast. Can you help me look for one? I was like, yeah, absolutely. The second they dropped, they were gone everywhere.
Jeez.
And I don't think they made more of them. Like, I think they're just...
They want you to
like,
buy
all
the
right.
new controller.
Yeah, that's how you sell the controllers, which are fucking
Yeah.
more expensive than a game.
Yeah.
Like 60, 70 bucks.
That's ridiculous.
That's why I only have two. The one
Where-
that came with the console and one more.
Were the little wand things that were used
The
with
motion
VR?
controllers?
Yeah, were they PS3 just carried over to PS4?
Yes.
They were.
So,
Yeah.
so PlayStation 3 had this thing called the PlayStation Move.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the eye camera.
Yeah, because I had that I think that came with the VR.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my VR, I had when I bought my PlayStation VR, I had the
Move.
bundle with the wands, and when Hamill had originally bought his PlayStation VR, he had just the helmet, and I was just like, "Here,
With
dude,
our
here's-
powers combined.
Here's my two old Move controllers that I don't use on my PlayStation anymore." So I gifted them to him, and he got like the full experience out of the box.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember at least messing around with the VR the one time at your house where there
Yeah.
was that Resident Evil demo that scared the shit out of me, and I think there was like a tank game or something else.
Yeah, Hamill
Like
had brought
that.
over Mech the League or something like that.
something like
The
that.
Mech Warrior
Yeah.
game.
But
yeah.
I'm a big fan of like the VR games. I like that extra immersiveness. It's like there's always been a part of me that still wants like a VR unit, I guess
Yeah.
is the best way to kind of
Do you
put
want to
it.
borrow mine, Steve?
I won't have time soon, but at some point maybe. I've looked at
I
it.
you know what
they're
was
fun.
You know what was fun in VR? I spent like a whole day on it. I booted up shoot, what was the first game we ever reviewed? No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
I-
No
I-
Man's Sky.
yeah.
is
I played
really
it in
cool
No Man's
VR.
Sky.
Oh shit! We played at your old apartment once.
Job Simulator. We
Yes.
played a lot of Job Simulator.
Yeah.
That's a fun game. There is a game. Just because it's not going to get any love on any of the lists, I just wanted to like mention it here as my favorite VR game. It's from the creators of Rick and Morty. They made a game that's not Rick and Morty. It's called like Trover Saves the Universe.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I remember hearing about this.
And it's really fucking cool in VR because you're just, you're interacting with these characters
came
that
in
are
blasted.
kind of,
Yeah.
they're kind of, it's just interesting. It's
Yeah.
a fun little game.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm only asking about the instruments because that's the only extra like type of like peripheral that I knew of, other than like the VR.
Yeah.
And I think it really, with this generation, it started straying away from additional,
Peripherals.
like peripherals
Well-
and like additional things like that.
one thing they did add in the PlayStation 4, which I thought was really cool, and I'm waiting for them to update it for the PlayStation 5 so that you can use it, is I had a attachment, and this was like Sony branded,
Okay.
that you click into the bottom of your PlayStation 4 controller, and you can program it to be any two buttons on the surface, and you can hit them with your index and your ring fingers that are wrapped around the controller. It was awesome. So
it's like having two square buttons or like two circle buttons or
I want one just to get rid of L3 and R3, honestly.
That's exactly what I did. I always mapped click L3 and click R3 to those buttons, so I never had to actually click the sticks.
Yeah.
So when I'm playing a first person shooter, I can sprint and I'm not depressing. I'm freely moving and looking around.
We're
It's
always
great.
depressing. But
I should mention that about the sticks. I've gone through 2 sets of controllers.
Well, I went through 4.
Same.
Just because the L3 and R3 do not hold up.
No,
They don't.
yeah, even in some of these games that we've been doing recently for like PS4, there's a couple times where it's like, oh, click to sprint, and it's just like I'm
You're
gonna
like clicking it
leisurely
2 or 3 times just for it to fucking go.
You know what
Yeah.
has got...
And then it goes, and you don't like, but you're so used to just spamming it to get it to work, you disable it.
Yeah.
You're like click, and it goes, and you click one more time accidentally.
God damn.
Yeah, I've never had these kind of issues with a controller before. I think there's just more components to a controller. There's more room
I
to
spent
go
the
on.
most
more to
amount of
break.
hours on this controller setup versus any other system. So, like, I don't know if I can blame the controller because it's a lot.
My like I had a lot of like play on the PlayStation 4. I would say it's like equivalent to my 360 time. But like my 360 controllers didn't hold up either. I went through a few of those as well.
Oh, okay.
So I felt it was almost equivalent.
Just so I don't forget to mention it when we do Forbidden West, but like my Aloy inches up every
Yeah.
once in a while because it's like the stick is like from pushing forward to run.
Oh, you have drift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she inches up, and like there'll be times when you're sitting in cover, and then
Check for a menu option for it. A lot of newer games are starting to put it in.
really,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
oh,
an
the
anti-drift, like
Yeah.
where there's like a dead zone. that
It
you can
widens
set.
the dead zone so that you don't get it.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
cool.
probably would have been helpful.
I will say, just a personal story. I don't have too many about the PS4 in general. I mean, I've just been playing it for like the better part of the last
8
decade.
years.
Yeah.
But I did really make a strong effort in trying to track down a VR set. I asked for gift cards for Christmas that year, just so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be all out of pocket costs. I
Yeah.
remember having to check several GameStops and trying to. It was
The ordeal.
it was much
Hunt
less
down
than
was a big deal for a while.
yeah. Much less than the PS5 is, but
Well, yeah.
I just,
Different times.
yeah. But yeah, no, it was a thing, and I finally got to play some, and then got really nauseous on certain games. So
Yeah.
I haven't gotten the full extent out of that $400 unit.
Oh, this looks like fun. Like,
Yeah.
can I turn this?
It's pretty funny. So I got my console right around launch, like within the first week, and I didn't pre-order or anything like that because I was like kind of up in the air. And my wife and I went to Target, and like they were kind of sold out. And we walked just every time we went to Target, we just walked by. And then like the one time we went like a week after launch, there was literally one console there. I was like fucking buying it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. Like,
And then I was like, okay, now what games do I want to play? Because like a lot of consoles when they launch, like as far as console exclusives or like for that generation, there usually aren't that many, and if there
Yeah.
are, they're not really great. Fell into that situation.
I don't know. I thought
I was like buying games just to buy them.
I thought PS4 had a pretty excellent launch.
I disagree.
No, it's that because I know when I got mine, I bought the Black Ops 3 bundle, and I think at the same time that I got that, I also bought Fallout 4. So those were like my two first PlayStation 4 games.
I think
that-
those were out within the first year of the console.
Okay.
Year or two of the console.
Okay, yeah. So it is that somewhere in that time frame where I could
Yeah.
just walk into Best Buy and it's just like, oh, look at this selection, because I think it was Modern Warfare 3, and I'm trying to think. I don't remember. There was a different bundle, and after getting the Black Ops, I wish I had gotten the other bundle because Black Ops 3 was not
Good.
what
Yeah,
I was
no.
expecting.
Yeah, I got these games aren't going to come up in the list, so I'll just bring them up now.
Yeah.
I got Battlefield 4 and whatever Call of Duty launched that year. I just bought both of them.
Ghosts
Yeah, it was Ghosts, yeah.
It was a terrible Call of Duty.
Yeah. I would have wanted both because I was like, there's nothing else.
Battlefield 4 though, like is still fun to play.
It's one of their best Battlefields, but like,
See, I have fond memories of 3. I didn't get into 4 as much as I was into 3.
4 was the one you and I played a lot of.
No, that was 3 because I was on 360. Anyway, I didn't have amazing games until I got the game that's at the top of my list. But
nice.
I got the pack in Last of Us remastered, which is good. That's where I sunk like 90% of my time for like the first year of owning the console, and then I actually put the console away and went back to PS1 for a while, like within a couple months of buying it because I was so disappointed with the games.
With the rest of the games,
yeah, because I also had Evolve, and then as soon as like some of like how expensive the new characters got, I was like, "Fuck this! I don't want to support this game." It pissed me off. Like new characters were dropping for like $20 per character.
Jesus, thanks, Turtle Rock.
I was just so pissed off. I was like, that's such a money grab. That game tanked, by the way, when they started doing that bullshit.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It tanked after the first update.
Yeah.
It wasn't good to begin with.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the concept.
You
enjoyed the concept. Did you enjoy the game?
The first month that game was out, it was really fun to play. I said this during the Back for Blood thing. Turtle Rock has this fucking problem with when they update, they break something, and they updated that and they completely broke the game because it's all about the monster and that balance is so fragile.
Yeah.
That like they updated it. It ruined 4 of the 6 characters that were there. Like completely like made them almost fucking useless. And then it took another month for their thing to come out. So what happened?
For their patch?
Yeah, for their patch to come out.
Jesus.
So it completely dropped off.
Yeah.
It's like Back for Blood now. Like no one's fucking playing that game. Like it's
I'd be playing the fuck out of it if I wasn't playing Horizon.
Same.
Its player base, though has dropped off. You guys are one of the.
It was, to my opinion,
3%.
It was artificially inflated to begin with because it was on Game Pass for free. That always happens. Like you're gonna get that surge of people that aren't actually interested, but it's the hot thing, so they're gonna play it, and then they're gonna.
I mean, there's like 4,000 or 5,000 concurrent players at any given time now, which is real low.
If you look at some of the other games that are popular, they're pretty low too. But
do you guys want to dive into our top 5s?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. I think we covered our experiences and everything else and whatnot.
Yeah.
Although at least one thing that I just want to add on the very end of it, this made gaming together pretty easy as well.
Yes.
Because I was spoiled from the 360.
Yeah.
And then I got the PS3 after that. And that was not always easy. At least just like in building a party, being able to just jump in a game or something else. I think with PS4, they actually got some things right in that, and I think
the party system was completely revamped,
and they're even still updating it. Like now, I think the most recent update that came out was like
there was one this week for parties.
Yeah, which that's something that I can appreciate because it's easier to be like, oh, we're all playing a game. Steve, jump in. You're home from work or something. I can just click, boop, and I'm pretty much right in the game with you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Same token to that though. A flip side of the update thing is I feel like this is the first generation where updates were very frequent. Like yes, there were updates on like 360 PS3 generation, but I feel like at any given point you can get smacked with a bunch in a single week.
Oh yeah, you
just across games and like this is where like the meme came from. Like, oh, got an hour to play, 45-minute fucking update. Like,
yeah,
I've gotten fucked so many times on big system updates and game updates.
Part of that's due to the external hard drive, to be fair, though.
Yeah.
Because it that whole, like, it takes 10% of the time to download it, and then you're sitting there for the copy data thing that it always did.
Yeah.
And, like, your external hard drives are slow as fuck for that.
Yeah, you know what they say, right? Anything that you're not actively playing, like, on a consistent basis that you want done, make sure it's on your internal hard drive.
And I usually do. and I know it only updates like the first 10 games, like whatever's on that main menu when you scroll. across. It doesn't
Yeah.
update things.
Yeah.
Often.
10 games, man.
But you can
Living the luxury life.
you can also set those. You can set
Yeah, you
which
can just
ones
disable
update and
ones
which
to
ones
update.
don't.
Cool. I just wanted to bring that up before we started going down.
Yeah.
Because once
point.
we open Pandora's box of games, we're not coming back.
No.
We're going down a deep, dark
Deep Creek
hole.
Glassworks.
.com. Work spelled W-O-R-X.
Free shipping.
Free
Promo
refer-
code super fun.
Crush resistant boxes. Mid podcast ad. You didn't see this coming, motherfuckers.
Glass
Go get glass.
butt plug.
Jesus Christ. All right. Top fives.
Yeah, let's do it.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So I said it a few times, but prior to recording this, but I thought it was funny because PS5 tells you how much time you play games, even
Yeah.
PS4 games, but you can't check them on PS4. Really fucking stupid. But to give a kind of premise here, my top 5, adding my hours played together, is over 1,800 hours
Jesus Christ.
Goddamn.
between 5 games.
Oh my God. I really want these type of metrics to be able to look at how much,
It's really interesting.
Yeah. So my number 5 game at 278 hours
I love how we're getting accurate descriptions.
is Diablo 3.
Oh, okay. Wow, on PS4.
I got it at launch on PC, to be fair.
Okay.
And then, oh God, I had a buy one, get one at GameStop for used games. And I was like, I'm going to get Diablo 3 and I'm going to give myself the free one for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 because I knew it was already trash and I couldn't convince myself to buy it.
Okay.
So I told myself that one was the free one. So I got Diablo 3 and I fucking really enjoyed the fuck out of it because they really did a great job converting that game to like a controller.
Okay.
Like, it felt so good and I almost prefer it now.
See, I never minded having like controller for Diablo. I had Diablo for the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Because that's all I had. My buddy played on PC and we would play back and forth. And it is a game that you could actually have it, pretty okay configured to work with the controller.
Yeah. Even Diablo 2, the remastered one, I play on controller now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of time into that game. Fucking love it.
I played a bunch of that with you as well.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go next. My number 5 is actually Life is Strange.
Oh,
I thought about this too.
nice.
Yeah, and it's not even so much. I think it was just very creative in how, like, the gameplay was put together. Being able to rewind because I'm always that type of person. As soon as like, oh, you made a decision, this is going to affect the outcome of the rest of the game. Congratulations, you can't go back.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. I don't want that. Even though they had some, it's like you make a choice. All right, you make a choice, it's done. But being able to go back and being like that emotionally in depth in a storyline, it had to be on my top 5 somewhere. So it's
Nice.
definitely there.
Yeah, I mean, I would completely agree with you. I mean, that game is one of those ones that like still really sticks with me.
Yeah.
And like I think about that game more frequently than I do a lot of games. It was really good.
It takes a lot for a game to make me cry a little bit, and I will admit I wept a little bit at the ending of that one. I'm like, holy fuck.
From your PB?
Both peepees. I call them the double dragons.
Okay.
All right. Harry, would you like to share your number 5?
Sure. And I just wanted to follow up. So Life is Strange was on my original list, and I really tried to keep it on my top 5, but I had to bump it.
Hey,
It
there's
would
a
be
lot
6
of games.
if we had 6.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know. There's a couple that could. This was one of the hardest lists to make.
It's number 27.
So that's why my honorable mentions are a little longer than usual. I just feel like to serve some of these games justice, I have to at least mention them tonight. But anyway, my number 5 is going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake.
All right.
Fair enough.
This is one of the 3 games in my top 5 that I actually platinumed, and I did this platinum in 2 weeks, and I
Jesus.
was doing like 12-hour shifts playing this game.
I remember you took off from work when it came out.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. I the ending is yet to be discussed, but I felt like 99% of this game was so true to the original and it just really resonated and took me back to childhood. So there's a little bit of a nostalgia factor in that one,
Yeah.
but it was just a lot of fun to really relive part of my childhood.
It is a absolutely fucking fantastic game.
Cool. Clark?
Man.
My number 5 is going to be Metal Gear Solid 5.
Ooh, the Phantom Pain.
Yes, the only reason it's probably not higher on my list is because I still have not sat down and beat the game.
And I won't do it any more justice because I have never actually even played the game yet.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah. I know.
I just want to check out the online mode. I just want someone to play the online mode with me.
Before they shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was looking through like all the lists and I saw Metal Gear Solid 5 pop up, I'm like, I'm mad at myself for not even like having to not played it yet.
To be fair, it's not Solid Snake, so it's like you're not.
I'm surprised it wasn't a PS Plus game at some point.
It was.
Yeah,
Was
it
it?
was. Oh yeah, I have it on my PS4. Like,
Oh, you fucking
ready
idiot.
I just wow.
If you were like, oh,
Wow.
it's still like $40, like I'd let it slide, but like you fucking own it.
Yeah, I do, and I haven't played it yet.
I mean, you have a podcast that plays games too. Like, could have been a pitch.
We have to do 3 and 4 still.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't go out
I mean,
of
do
order.
we though?
Yes.
I'm gonna be sick that month. Real sick.
At least 3.
Guys,
yes.
I caught the plague.
Alright.
Sorry, guys, can't play Metal Gear. I have to defend Ukraine.
How very honorable. Why don't you share your number 4?
We'll see how that stands when you come to edit this.
All right, number 4. I put Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of love and hate towards that game.
Yeah.
But I sunk a shit ton of time into this. I fucking did the grind, and
you did.
I sometimes I'm like, was it worth it?
It's not.
It's not the only game you feel this way about, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I've heard they've made changes recently to make the grind a lot less. Because I think they realized that it was just getting impossible.
Well, you know why they probably did that is because it was either grind or just buy the character, and people stopped buying the character.
Well, no, you can't. You can buy characters, but you still have to grind them. Like
to level them up.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's how you unlock the abilities that transfer to different characters in the game. Like there is no just buying the abilities.
Yeah, you
Well,
have
right,
to get
There
the
is
level.
there is no easy.
But playing, you could, I'm assuming, like get like points or whatever to unlock the character instead of paying cash for it, right?
Non-licensed ones.
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
All the licensed content.
like-
you
Yeah,
had to
there
pay
was
for.
no avoiding any form of grind though. Like it was.
Yeah.
Right. It was
Right.
just less of a grind if you could just drop $20 on like Ash.
No, well, there is no other
'cause
option.
You couldn't buy.
You either
couldn't
buy them or
acquire
you never
Ash.
own them.
If it's
really?
yeah, if it's
Yeah.
if
So
it's
fucking- well, I would
licensed
never- I'm
if
glad I
it's
didn't play
licensed villains, then you have to pay money
Yeah, because
for
they
it.
had to pay for the license to get the character. So part of their licensing agreement is that they will only take cash payments for that. So they have a monetary way to be like, look, this is how much we owe you for the license. Because
That's crazy.
from my understanding, is it was percentage based off of the sales.
Right.
And
I mean, that would make sense, but
They're a fucking Swedish company of 30 people.
I don't know.
It's a small.
I remember it being a small studio.
Yeah.
But having said that, I enjoyed the game, and there's a lot of fun to be had. And
Amen, dude.
Mr. Fuck DLC games need to come out. Fucking
Easy, Joe. Discussion for a different night.
wait, what was the complaint?
He likes games as a service.
Who? Me?
You, yeah.
Do I?
You do. You just don't realize it, but you do like certain games as a service.
There's certain games.
Yeah.
There's another one on here.
I'm sure.
I know. I'm waiting for that one. I know that's on your top 5 for sure. I'm
I don't
not
know.
paying for shit. I'm going to earn it.
We
in
did
the
a whole
game.
episode on Dead by Daylight, so I don't think I need to rant anymore.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was fun.
nice.
It's on my honorable mentions, so I'm not going to mention it again. I just want to throw my two cents in here. I love Dead by Daylight. I take like year-long breaks from it, and I come back and I'm like, oh, there's all this new content. Like,
But it's not really new.
but it's not. It's just skins. It's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
just skins.
like they could, if they released a new game mode, I feel like it could be changing, game changing.
And
Game changing.
I mean, it was fun. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, but I only got it because I was talking to Hamill, and he was like, "You need to get it." Me and Harry are playing it. We're playing it, and then I think Kyle was in it too, and then you were playing it, and then it's like, all right, I'm just going to pick it up so I have something to play with my friends. And I was terrible at
Fucking
it.
peer pressure, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's how I buy most of my games.
We had some. It was like me, Clark, Kyle, and Hamill a lot of nights. Just fucking.
And
we were total fucking shitbags to the killer in that game.
Oh, yeah.
We would be like, no one's going to die. Like we were just be like, I don't care. Like I haven't been on the hook yet, so I'll go save Harry, who's on his second hook. I save him. I'll block. I'll get down. And Harry runs out.
No. We don't run out. We all like sit at the exit.
Yeah,
just
we all
teabagging.
Teabagging.
All four of us.
Oh, we were awful.
That makes it even better.
Yeah.
All right.
If there was like a competitive Dead by Daylight team,
There's
honestly,
leagues.
I'm sure there is.
I know, but I think you, Hamill, myself, and Kyle would do great.
Well, that's 90%
right.
communication.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you don't have that, then you're fucked. Random's real rough on that game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they really do.
But Hamill
All right.
is a goddamn hero at that fucking game. He is ungodly good at that game.
Is he still cranking it on that?
No.
Nobody's wanking it.
He was trying to get everything to tier 3. Everything. And I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Just do tier 1. You got everything unlocked. Why are you doing it again?
I don't know.
For bloody pants?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. All right. That's my rant. Dead by Daylight, number 4. Go ahead. Someone else. Sorry.
I'll go next. So my number 4 is the Resident Evil 3 remake.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was very surprised with this game when you pitched it for the podcast, Harry. I hadn't, like you said, a lot of the Resident Evil game. Was it you, Clark?
What? Was it?
Yeah.
What? Oh, okay.
You're right. Yeah. That's my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
By the way, it's a good
I've
pick.
pitched the last 2 Resident Evil games, which is probably a shocker to everybody.
But yeah, I mean, as I said in the episode, like I hadn't played many Resident Evils before that. I wasn't really into the original trilogy. But that one fucking sucked me in. And I really enjoyed it.
You're like, can I beat this game in under 38 minutes?
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying.
Yep.
I did it in under an hour the one time, and I was just like,
I did it under an hour several times.
I know. It's just wild when you're doing it. Like, how the fuck did I do that?
Yeah, because the first time you go through it, it takes you like 7 hours, and you're like,
Yeah.
wait, I just did it in 45 minutes.
I'm one run away from platinuming that game.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have to do insanity mode, like the hardest difficulty.
That's insane.
In under 2 hours. Which is,
Unlimited rockets is amazing.
I have unlimited rockets. It's still like, if Nemesis touches you at
You're
any
dead,
point in
yeah.
that game, you just die.
Yeah, everything is instant.
And you're not
death,
allowed to
yeah.
save, I guess, or lowers your grade.
Well, you can do it separately because I don't think like there's certain ones that like the insanity one. I don't think you have to S tier.
Oh, okay.
Insanity, you have 3 places that you can save, and that's it. So, like, it's rough.
So don't fuck up.
Yeah.
It's everything is one hit kill. It's amazing.
It was a good experience, and that's another one of those games. Like, I think we mentioned this before. Capcom does the remakes really well. They stay very true to their originals. Because I
Can't
love
wait to see what they do with 4.
Did they officially announce that? I don't think they did. Right?
They did.
Dude,
Did they? Okay.
I will say,
We all know it's coming.
no matter what game I have on the docket at any point, if Outbreak gets fucking launched, that is replacing whatever the next fucking game is.
Unless we're all already playing your game.
Yeah.
Ooh.
True. No. You know what? Fuck it. I'll scrap it midway
In the middle
through.
of it.
Be like, too fucking bad.
Time for Outbreak Remastered, motherfuckers.
Harry, we're recording tomorrow night. Outbreak, motherfuckers! I'm playing tonight! And we're gonna take off tomorrow. We're playing fucking Outbreak!
We'll do it live. I'll write it myself.
I'll pay you all for your day's work. We're fucking doing it!
Yeah. I will take extreme measures in my life if that
There you
game gets
go.
fucking dropped.
Harry's fucking buying the fucking $2,000 PlayStation 5 off of eBay just to he's like, I don't give a shit.
Look at this motorized seat I got, guys. It has the logo on it.
Harry, that's just a dildo chair. I don't care. Keep going.
Why does it say Sibian? It's all moist.
To be fair, Harry's always moist.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I always do this with my top 5s. I make the 5, and then I decide in the moment which is going to be
gonna
it.
switch
and
it up?
I'm having a fucking
You're going
tough
flip
ass
mode.
time.
Flip mode's the
Well,
greatest.
do you want to go while he's
No,
pondering?
no, I got it. I
Good pick though,
introed it.
Joe. Resident Evil 3 is awesome.
Yeah.
Good pick. Good pick.
My number 4 is going to be Destiny.
One or two.
1.
Okay.
Okay.
1. With all the expansions and stuff.
Well, yeah.
I sunk so much fucking time into that game. I played that game fucking
much time?
endlessly. I have no fucking idea.
Okay.
It was a lot, though. Destiny was a big game for me.
That was Taken King, right?
Yes.
That was the expansion that we
yeah.
all really started getting into. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but both of the Destiny games, like I played real hard for a couple weeks and then just dropped off.
Destiny,
longer than a
the
couple
original
of weeks.
Destiny you played for a while with us.
Yeah. It was several months.
That's when we were doing the raid nights and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
and like Destiny was a ton of fun, and just like all of us doing the raids together and stuff. And I don't know how many times we actually completed raids with the friend group, but I played a few raids.
A few times.
Yeah, I remember I would like raid like every fucking day, because I got Taken King came out while I was searching for a job for 3 months. So I was like,
I got time.
I'm gonna go on job interviews, collect unemployment, and play fucking Destiny. Like,
There you
and
go.
I would raid endlessly. Like,
That was one I never got in with you guys.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You remember Red Raptor?
yeah, I remember Red Raptor.
I don't know.
R.I.P. Red Raptor. We like randomly got into a raid and like we did. I think we got him off of Reddit.
Yes.
Like a Reddit
I've done a
LFG
couple
group.
Reddit
And like
raids.
Yeah.
he joined our team and like we're like, oh, he's like, oh yeah, I finished it before, whatever. And then he joined our like party chat and he was like 7.
Oh my god, yeah.
God.
He's just like, hey guys, are you ready to do this? And we're all like,
We
John
were dying laughing.
John's just like, what? Are you kidding? No, I think,
sorry,
I
who's
think-
here?
I really, honestly, truly believe our first interaction with him was like, "Hey guys, how you doing? Are you ready to do this?" And John was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!"
Sounds like John.
Oh
I
my! And then we
forget
spent
how
3
many-
hours with that kid.
How many people were you limited to in the raids in Destiny?
6.
6.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I was like, what was 3? But that was the
That was the regular fire team for like
Yeah.
doing Crucible and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good times.
Yep.
Good times. I think about Destiny 2 every once in a while. I'm just like, I can't.
I
do
booted
it.
it up last month.
I can't do it to myself.
I just hop into Crucible every now and then. Because
can't.
Crucible was fun.
That was my least favorite part of the Destiny games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You love the strikes?
I know.
I
they,
did love the strikes.
I
Well,
know
there was
they
like
changed a fuck ton.
They did. It's
They-
a lot different now.
Yeah, like all the classes are play differently now and stuff like
I think
that.
they just released a new element again.
Did they really? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. There's so many different, like, I know they added like a ton of game modes and stuff too.
Yep.
They did this cool like
It's
horde,
fucking wild.
this like wave horde mode thing that's almost like a mini raid, but you can just like queue up for it. That was always fun. That was in Destiny 2 though, but oh man. Destiny.
Yeah.
I can't boot it up anymore because I'll only want to
Lose
play
time.
that. Yeah, I will. I'll be like, look, this is the only thing that I want to play.
I felt like those games did take too long to get anywhere.
Yeah, that's different.
Like it is. Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like they did that on the first one too. Like it takes forever to get to this level, and then they change everything. Now it's instant. And
Well, I
then
mean,
it's
every time they come out with an expansion, they wanted to make sure, like, okay, just because you
People
didn't
could
play
get
the
to
last
it,
expansion, like, we want you to be able to play the next one. So we're going to bump you up a little bit easier so that you can participate in the new shit without being left behind.
Honestly, the best thing that I ever did was right before Taken King came out, I had been playing the expansion previous, and I was like, all right, I have like my Warlock, and I have my Titan, but I need to get my Hunter. Or was it Hunter or Rogue?
Hunter.
Hunter. I need to get my Hunter to 60 or whatever. And they were like, oh, if you pre-order it, you get like a orb of light that instantly transports one of your characters to 60. I was like, bet. I was like, I'm just going to focus on the Titan and focus on the Warlock. And then as soon as it came out, I got that orb and I was like, boom, 60. Cool.
Because that'll save
I
you
have
20 hours.
Yeah, I was like, cool.
Yeah.
There's all my characters at 60 and just fucking rode out from then.
There you go.
Nice.
I would raid 3 times a day sometimes. I would do my Titan once because you can only do it once with each character.
Once a week, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You can only complete it once a week.
Right.
All right, my
Sorry,
no,
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
went,
You're
went
good.
down that rabbit hole. It was a big part. My number 4 is Until Dawn.
Nice. I had a feeling it was going to be on somebody's list.
Yeah.
If not more than one person's list.
The way that the story
It's on
was
part of
told,
my list.
and I know like before that, it's like I played like some of like the Telltale games where it's kind of like that choose your own adventure. But this
Sensing a theme here, Steve, with your top 5.
you hold on now, and then that just kind of like ramped up even more, where it was just like, all right, well, we're really going to give you like a horror thriller, and where every tiny little action is going to have an effect on the outcome, where they call it the butterfly effect. Literally,
Oh,
what it
and they
was.
jammed that down your throat.
Yes,
Trigger.
they.
yeah.
Yes, they did. Oh, that's a butterfly. Ah, shit. But yeah,
It's a motherfucking butterfly. Ah, fuck.
I used to be in a caterpillar, motherfucker.
Goddle
Flap, flap.
Oh, that's a totem. There goes Jeremy's head. Fuck.
Yeah, where it gives you like a glimpse in the future and like, oh, I don't want to do that. And then guess what? You probably ended up doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just as like a suspense, and not only just myself playing it, it's also on there because since I had the PS4, my old roommate Nick, he did not, so he had no experience of games outside of PC because he wasn't a console gamer. And I'm like, you should play Until Dawn. I think you'd like this. And that was one of those times where I got to sit down and like watch him play, and then watch him go through the same things I went through or different ones, and watch him run through like the gamut of emotions. And that makes it even more fun and more enjoyable, where it's, I know my experience was pretty awesome. Now I get to watch him do the same. And he's like, is something going to be around this corner? It's like, should I expect something? I'm like, I don't know. Find out. What's going to happen? Fuck around with it and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
And then he fucked around, and then he found out. And then he yelped, and I yelped, even though I knew it was coming, but
Nice.
Fuck around and find out.
go ahead. I'm fucking fearless.
I'm fucking fearless.
It's one of the funniest moments.
It
ever.
really is. Love you, Ralph.
Oh man.
Fucking fearless.
Yeah, that game's a gem, and I think that was a game changer for the
genre?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just like took that whole storytelling aspect and just was like, no, this is the new standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd argue Heavy Rain because it was before it, but like Until Dawn was much more popular.
Yeah. Do you mind if I do my number 3? Be real quick. Well, I'm going to piggyback off your last response. I'm going to go with Until Dawn for number 3 on my list.
Hell yeah.
Make it squeal like a pig, boy.
Honestly, my original list could have been all the choose your own ending games because a lot of them were on it. But I was like, I only want to represent that genre like once on this list. But
Right.
Okay.
And it was Until Dawn over Detroit.
yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That game just captivated me. And that was my first platinum on the PS4.
Oh. You
Nice.
always remember your first.
I'll go next.
All right.
My game has 855 hours of playtime.
Okay.
Destiny.
Nice. Okay.
That's why I was kind of chiming in when you were talking about Destiny. I was like, I'm just going to get it in now. So
There you go.
pretty much said what I needed to say about that.
I'm looking forward to be able to. Well, I don't know if I'm looking forward to be able to see all the playtime I put into stuff, but we'll see how that goes as I go up my list. Because my number 3, probably not as many hours as that, is Marvel's Spider-Man.
Okay.
I fucking loved that goddamn game. It was the first one since like Spider-Man 2 on the Xbox, where it was just kind of like more like open world, or at least like it felt like a mix between Spider-Man 2 and like the newer Batman games with the
Arkham ones.
Yeah, with like the combat system and
Yeah.
whatnot, and that really fed my love of just like ADD, like going around. It's like, oh, I got a mission. Oh shit, there's a question mark. I'm going over here.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah. Ooh, piece of cat. Yeah, literally.
I'm making my son play that right now.
Yeah.
I wanna-
Nice. All right, number 3.
My number 3, I'm going to go with Bloodborne.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bloodborne is just an absolutely stellar game. We did a review on it. We all talked about how much we absolutely loved that game there. So I'll just keep it brief. It is I feel like the standalone one of the best games ever, honestly. But it gets a shout out specifically on this list.
There you go.
Number 2.
Marcellus!
Really? Onimusha Warlords 2. Steve's number 2. That's surprising.
I can't not never say that. I fucking love it. I love it so much.
That was a fun game.
Since you called me out, I'll do my number 2. My number 2 is Rocket League.
Okay, fair enough.
And no surprises.
That's the one where he wants to know
there
how
is a
much
big
time.
surprise. That should have been number 1.
Yeah, that's the one where I'm like, how much time have I actually played this game?
I might gasp at whatever his number 1 is, because if Rocket League's number 2 for Steve, I can't even think of what number 1 is.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same. I thought that was going to be number 1, like
With a bullet. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean that is always my go-to. It's like, oh, I got 20 minutes. I can get like a match or two in here and there. And it's like, yes, well, we'll go down here. And they just restarted another season. Yeah, like a few weeks ago or so. So my diamond is gone, and I gotta start
working it up again.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
the good news is that you get to play against fucking plebs because you're bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, exactly. So I play like 5 matches, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, right into platinum. It's like, oh, okay. I at least wanted a little more of like being okay, because as soon as I start like crossing the threshold, like I can hold my own in platinum, and then getting into diamond is where
You gotta
like
grind at it.
the past several seasons, like I cannot get through diamond. I made it to like diamond 2, and then that's it, because people actually put time in training to be able to do a lot of stuff, instead of me of like, oh, I can at least like jump and boost myself to hit a certain shot, but I'm not the one that goes off the side and then jumps off the side and boosts my rocket
just
to catch
carries the
one
whole
of it.
fucking way.
Yeah, no. That's not me. I'm more of a goddamn grunt. Where
I think it says a lot though, because like you're pubbing games too. Like you're not like going in with pre-mades.
yeah,
Which you're probably playing against a lot of pre-mades at that level.
yeah.
So like if you're at that level and holding it, like respect.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Much respect.
I got silver once, Steve.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
I was
cool. Good
I
job.
played a lot of this with John and Steve, and I was definitely always the weakest link on the team.
You're the one who introduced me to this. You're like, oh, let's this game is called Rocket League. It's like car soccer. I'm like, oh, I think I've seen it. That looks like a lot of fun. Done. After that,
I was like, Steve, let's do a bump real quick, and then I want you to check out this soccer race car game.
oh my god, it's amazing!
All right.
Number 2s. I'll go next.
Okay.
I like how he's like, everyone, me.
So my next game had 615 hours of playtime. Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely love this game. I mean, this is one of those games that's like, okay, well, it's kind of an MMO. You kind of expect that type of playtime. But like, honestly, for it being an MMO, like the storytelling in it was amazing. Like it was so good for like it being an MMO. Like they really just like nailed home everything. Like all of the quests like were actually interesting. Most of those game types just like throwaway crap where you can just, spam through it. But like this game was actually like engaging the entire time. Now I have that much hours into it, and I only had 15% of the trophies.
Oh, wow.
To give you an idea of how big this fucking game is.
Jesus Christ. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is kind
ridiculous.
of crazy how massive that game is.
And it's only been getting bigger and bigger and bigger like every year.
That's what I hear.
It's pretty crazy.
Penis.
But I really enjoyed that. I mean, a lot of similar aspects that make me love these types of games like Destiny, like with the rating and shit like that. I love that team co-op, endeavor where you have to work together. Like that type of game always gets to me, and it's where I just like, if I can find a group of people, I just fucking throw a ton of time at it.
I am torn between my last two. What about you, Harry?
Is it because of
were your last two tough?
No.
Oh.
The preset.
Okay. You want to?
Yeah, I'll do mine. So my number 2 is Dark Souls 3, the Fire Fates edition.
I know what your number 1 is. Then.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody does. I think everybody came to the table knowing what it was.
Okay.
This game was awesome, and again, I only wanted to represent one of these from the genre because I was like, what is better? And at the time when we were comparing Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, like I graded them the same, but for different reasons. But the more the further we get away from reviewing those games, Dark Souls 3 I think it holds a better place in my heart than Bloodborne.
And the cockles.
Yes. I had such a blast with that. And a lot of it, I will say, was because of the co-op.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and you taking down bosses at the end of the game
felt
so much
so
fun.
good. Because we were like slingshotting each other.
I can't wait till you get Elden Ring, dude.
I know. Yeah, I know. Absolutely. You know I'm going to go balls deep.
Yeah. Yep.
As you do.
I will 100% that game like I did. Like, I felt like I 100% Dark Souls 3. I killed every single boss. Like,
right.
Maybe I didn't get every weapon maxed out.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like I got everything that was substantial out of the game.
Completionist it.
Yeah.
It's not platinum, but completing it.
Yeah.
Completionisted.
And I if it's Dark Souls 3, I feel like if Elden Ring is somewhat similar to this, then I will 100% completion. It's like there's going to be some time sunk into that.
Yeah.
With every nod that Clark is giving Harry's erection is just getting stronger.
Oh yeah, it's just so hard.
Table's just fucking pivoting on one line.
I know.
Harry's holding up the other 3.
Yeah.
God damn it, it's a tripod.
Oh god, it's collapsible.
Everything's wet.
No, I just really fond memories of this game. It just like it's different than Bloodborne.
For sure.
There were definitely some substantial differences, but I think I did more of a deeper dive on the lore in Dark Souls 3.
There's the lore's different. This is more medieval fantasy, whereas Bloodborne was like the gothic horror.
Yeah, and it was cool. Like they were definitely cool in their own rights. It's just the background, like the world was cooler in Bloodborne, but the history behind the characters was more interesting in Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, because it was building on some history from the other 2 games.
Yeah. You can't do it in a vacuum, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't know. It's just really cool. Really cool.
I agree.
Mr. Clark, number 2.
My number 2 is going to be Rainbow Six Siege.
Did we do a flipsy?
We might have done a
Doodle.
All right, let's talk about Rainbow Six Siege for a little bit, and then I'll reveal my number 1, and we'll get into it. So, yeah, Rainbow Six Siege, I keep coming back to. I've been playing it since launch, and just I'm excited to go home and play it right now. Like it's kept evolving. They keep it fresh with more characters, just tons and tons and tons of characters, and that is a game that you really don't need to buy anything.
Right. If you put enough time into it, you can earn
every single character.
Yeah.
The only thing that you might want to do one time is if you put $10 into it and get the first battle pass, the battle pass refunds you the amount of money that you put into it.
As long as you keep completing it.
As long as you keep completing it. So
Right.
as long as you're constantly playing it, one $10 thing will get you all of the battle passes as long as you keep rolling them out.
dope.
Yeah, that's pretty common for these types of games.
Yeah.
Usually it's like,
Yeah.
it's a $10 battle pass, but they give you like $12 worth of credits.
Currency,
kind of.
yeah, so you can kind of earn a touch, like
Yeah.
Gotcha.
it's pretty cool, and
It's a fun game.
God, I just love that game so much.
Even like I have not really done a lot of like first person shooters in that aspect where it's like 5v5 type things.
Super tactical.
But this was a hell of a lot of fun. I actually think it was you and Kyle went in together to buy me this game, I think, because I was
I just want to peer pressure everybody into playing this.
Yeah. I was super fucking
Didn't
broke
get
at the
me.
time, and you two were playing. It's like, oh hey, by the way,
Have you played it?
What's your email?
Yeah, I have actually.
Yeah.
Hamill, I think Hamill did share play with me.
Okay.
And I played like a few matches, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm out."
Like, I mean, there is
Yeah.
a steep fucking learning curve, but
There
it
is.
is
I
a
get
lot.
it. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I like that extra bit. It's like, oh, let me like shoot out the floorboards to get their ankles, and I'll bring them down that way. And you're just like, when the fuck did you ever find that in Call of Duty? You didn't.
No,
This took it to a completely different, more like,
It's
I
not
don't
even
want to say
close to
like
the same game.
real life scenario, but it is where it's like, okay, yeah, if you just run out, you're fucking done.
Yeah, it's one of those games that like it really rewards like patience and tactics and communication.
You have to have it.
And just a 3 or 4 man squad and a 5-man team, it just pays dividends for the communication levels,
right?
And the ability to like you can like combo traps and stuff like that. Like we always used to set up like these like instant death traps. So Frost has this trap that would grab your foot and down you. But if you put a lesion trap, which is a poison trap, and you have to remove it from your foot or you die, if you get frost trapped and then fall onto a lesion trap, you die instantly.
Yeah.
So like Hamill would always play Frost and I would always play Lesion. So anytime he would set down his trap, I would just throw a poison behind it. And we would just instant down people.
Ridiculous.
So if there's a group of like 3 people,
Yeah.
A lot of the times the tactic is if you see a frost trap and you don't kill it or something like that, one person runs through it and then they pick you up while the other person does cover. Doesn't work with it's just this whole counter, like it's just
Changes that dynamic.
yeah, it's the dynamics of how the game is played, and it's just such a treasure of a game. And the only thing that I think beats it is my number 1, which is Dark Souls 3. I love the Dark Souls franchise in general, but 3 holds a special place for me. I've played the entire game now solo.
Okay.
And I played the entire game co-op with John and Harry, just back and forth. And
It's such a neat feature.
it is like one of the coolest things. And like just when you make a build that just works, it is absolutely incredible. Like I used to have a whip build, which is like a really fringe weapon in that game. There's only 3 whips in the entire game.
Okay.
And the best one you have to wait until almost the end of the game to find. Like the whip is like slow damage, but you can do this tactic where you reach around an enemy behind them.
Gotta love the reach around.
And do the damage. So when you're dueling with somebody, they don't see the attack coming and it hits them from behind. And a lot of the times it would confuse people because they would stumble forward, and then I would do a parry with magic that it was like a fireball parry where they catch them and then they put their hand to their chest and then blow a fucking geyser of flame out of their back. And it was this ridiculous combo where you could just be like, boom, boom. I was killing like level 99 characters with it because it is just the parry with the flame hand is just absolutely devastating.
You found your spot. It's like this
1-2 punch is where it's at.
It's just the sweet spot.
Yeah, and especially like you have to be able to make that work.
Yeah.
Especially because there's so many variants in like the builds of these fucking characters. To find that one where it's like, I found mine.
I would always and still struggle with getting messed up by heavies. People that would do like heavy armor because it's really tough to.
You can't whip a full plate mail.
Yeah, well they don't stumble. They have such an incredible amount of stability that they don't stumble forward and like. Or stance, I think is the stat that it's called. It's just an incredible, like, the detail of the game is... It looks like a lot of numbers, but every single number and every single statistic in that game actually means something in a meaningful way that not a lot of people actually understand about that game. So that's my piece about... you were talking about it, and I was like, I'm just going to save mine.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's this final DLC world that just like really mesmerized me too. It was like this the ice place with with I forget the lady, but then that boss and the one with the cauldron and the whole world is built. It's like this whole world is stuck in a painting, and it's been around for so long that there's like this decay going on inside the world, and the only way to cleanse it is to burn the world. Yeah, and they all know that the burning is coming. But they've been trying to hold it off, and that's why it's been so plagued.
And there's people in the world that are for and against it.
Yeah.
All the bosses obviously don't want you to because they're just plague demons, but there's a few people in there that are just like, it's necessary. We understand what we needs to happen.
The cleansing.
Yeah, essentially.
The giant fucking snow dog too, like.
Oh yeah.
Row, I'm cold. Row.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
Great
Harry,
game.
you need to get a PS5 so we can start playing Elden Ring.
He can play it on PS4.
I mean, yeah, but like...
Yeah, no, I'm not. I need to experience that game on PS5.
While we're talking about these way far out there number one games, Harry, do you want to do your number one?
Did everybody do their two? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Clark was the last one to do his two. That's why he rolled right into his one.
Yeah. Do you need to open it? We know.
It's Rainbow Six Siege.
There it is.
Had to double check.
No way.
No, I did want to kind of build on your conversation about the game earlier. They've evolved this game in 90% positive way. I do think they did make one bit of a fumble, and that's changing the maps based on the competitive community, which irritates.
It's a small sector.
Yes, it irritates the fuck out of me. And they're more randomized environments that are harder to memorize, I feel, than like some of the classic, like you knew where you were at any given point because it was a very organized map.
Did they randomize like what walls you can blow up and what you can't blow up? And
No,
things like
No,
that?
not
Or,
in that
like-
sense.
It's not actually random. It's just different.
I mean, it's just like a weird layouts. Like some of the office buildings are like you can get lost very easily, and like the original maps, you never got lost. Like, and it was all about knowing the map, and it was very easy to learn the map, and it was more about the tactics,
So just more
less about
complex
getting
maps.
Yeah, but they're taking away the simple maps and only replacing them with the complex ones.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, so that irritates me a little bit, but like the characters, it was such an ambitious undertaking to have that many unique characters,
Right.
and I mean they're still working on it. They've kind of slowed their progress. They're not doing two.
They're probably getting ready for a new game.
Their game plan was to hit 100, and I think they fully intend to hit 100 characters, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're doing one a season now.
And they used to do two a season. Yeah, or like quarterly. So yeah, they cut their production in half essentially.
They're probably working on other projects.
They probably are. That would be my guess. And the big issue was like the new characters would always throw off the balance of the game too, because it would always be a counter to
New
somebody
meta.
else's.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And I think when you start getting in the higher numbers of characters, like throwing off the dynamic can get
very easy.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I think they're trying to be a little bit more careful, I think, about the new character. I think that's part of why they slowed down as well. But anyway, I don't even know how many hours I sunk into this game.
A lot.
It's immense.
I think I can tell you.
Well, because it comes
Not
back
right
to
now.
it comes back to the part where you are like adamantly against spending money to get forward in these games. And I even remember, like, we've talked about this, like,
I have spent
fucking
money since then, though, because I did take like a year and a half break.
yeah. But I mean,
You're like,
like,
okay, I gotta catch up
even
a
like
little bit.
you go back and listen to like a few years ago, you were like, I am earning those credits so I can unlock anything. And it's like, Harry, it's $5. He's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah. Well, I had a whole year and a half worth ahead of new characters, like just money in the bank.
Yeah, you had a stock, and I forget what we were checking in on specifically, but we'd be like,
How much renown he had.
how much renown now, Harry?
During
Like,
the actual review episode, I think it was.
130,000 renown or something fucking ridiculous, and you were ready to go because you were that dead set on it. And
It's such a fun game.
It really is a fun game.
And that's one of those things. No match is copy paste.
Yeah.
With that many characters, that many unique abilities, that like many hiding spots, the setups, like it changes literally every single match.
And you need a good team to make something
Yeah,
work.
you know what? You know why
that's a big thing.
this game excels as well? Because you can get by playing this game with randoms.
You can.
Where there's some co-op games that like
I was basically a random.
like Back for Blood I find is hard to play with randoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this game is very forgiving with just making quick matchmaking. Yeah.
All right.
Number 1, solid fucking game.
Cool.
Right.
Steve, your number one?
My number 1 is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh shit.
Actually, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. This was just a game that I felt had everything that I like was kind of like piecemealed into something. And I think the original rating for it, I think it's teen, which is usually like the majority.
Yeah, there's no blood in
Yeah,
it.
it's like machine blood, which then it's oil, it's completely fine.
Hot.
Yeah, but this was just one where it's like the complete open world, which you already know my love for like Fallout and that
Yep.
type of like landscape, and this was that. I like using bows. I like the stealthy shit. I like being able to go in and like making a lot of noise if I really want to. And it was one that I just
Just let you play how you wanted to play.
Yeah, it really did. And it would be maybe a little bit more fun with like more of like an adult tone to it maybe, but it's good enough. Like it hit the spot. It hit all the right points for me. Mr. Joe.
So my number 1,
How many hours?
37.
37 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Last of Us 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the first one. Enjoyed the second one even more. It's just one of those games where the story just sucked me in. It was like,
Yeah.
I just couldn't stop playing it. Like, I just wanted to, like, just know.
That's my number 6. I did.
We're not doing 6 fucking Steve.
Hey, fuck you. But that was one that barely just got bumped off my top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about it to review, so I'll keep it short. But yeah, like it just, again, one of those games that just kind of stuck with me, and I think about it a bunch, and
that fucking ending.
it's one of those games where I wish I could play it with a fresh mind again.
That story is really good.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
such
it
a good
is.
story.
Yeah, the second one's fantastic.
Yeah.
was waiting for it.
What? The second one is? You
No,
said
yeah,
two,
no,
right?
he
I know,
said
I
yeah
know.
too.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
We know what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're both great games personally.
Oh, that fight when like emaciated, whatever. What was the
Abby.
Abby?
yeah.
Oh, the two of them. Jesus Christ! It's
Yeah.
like I don't want to do this, but I have to do this.
Which
I'm gonna-
one? What the?
When Ellie
Abby
and
and Ellie fight in the water.
fight in the
Oh,
end.
at the
like,
end,
at
the
the end,
last one.
after-
Yeah, that was
after
a
the
rough
camp.
one the first time we got to it.
Yeah. She's like, I'm still gonna fucking end this. It's like we're still doing this. It's like it's not enough by this point. It's like okay, let me try to drown you.
Fucking brutal.
Ellie's standing there. I didn't hear no bell.
I thought this was America.
I didn't hear no bell.
Oh man.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
All right, let's move into honorable mentions.
The
Let's
mentions
do
that
it.
are honorable. Yeah, we're just doing a full list rundown for each person.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
All right. Well, I have 6, so I don't know how big your lists are.
Mine's pretty long. I'll go last. I'll just go last.
I'll just skip the ones we already talked about, unless you want to say something specific about them.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just throw stuff because we kind of breeze over these.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight,
Okay.
2D side scroller, fucking great.
I'm familiar.
I fucking
Yep.
loved it. Yeah, we did that for one of the episodes before you were on with us, Joe. But
Yep.
yeah, that was just a whole lot of fun. Another 2D side scroller, Not a Hero, was in more of an indie game. Had a bunch of characters, each had their own abilities. It's a little more fast paced, but fucking love it. The Last of Us 2, I had to put that on there. Just the dark anthologies, period.
Yep.
Haven't got to play the third one yet, but it's already bought, downloaded, ready to go. Control
Oh man,
I know we reviewed it, but fucking
how did
A,
I missed that game when I was scrolling over the fucking...
I need to put that in there because that's a whole lot of fun. And then a guilty pleasure early game, Warframe, but like early.
That still gets updates.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh no, I know it
Yeah,
does.
I see it all the time.
I mean, I haven't played it in probably 4 years or so, but at least from what it was back then, you could get like good build-ups. You can build your machines the way you like to, and
very versatile game.
Yeah, my old upstairs neighbor, he and I would just log on and play for a few hours. That was just that was a lot of fucking fun, and
Nice.
it was free, so that's right up my alley. Although I'm pretty sure I spent probably about $40-$50 on that as a hey, thanks. You gave me hours of entertainment. Here's some money.
Yeah, especially free-to-play games, I usually try to throw some money at it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's worth it if I enjoy more than 20 hours of game.
Yeah,
Even more than
exactly.
5. It's like, for that, it's like, all right, well, I'll at least throw like $5-$10 or something at it. You know, it's like, give credit where it's due. That's
Cool.
that's my list.
I'll go next. Couple of these already mentioned, as you know, kind of happens. Dark Pictures Anthology, obviously.
Yeah,
Final
hold on.
Fantasy 14.
Oh, okay.
Which one? 14?
14, yeah.
14.
That MMO.
14.
I have
14.
well over 300 hours into that one. Destiny 2, 400 hours. Life is Strange, Little Big Planet 3.
Oh, yeah. I fucking love Little Big Planets.
Fucking Kool-Aid man over here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Harry, look at my sack. Oh, yeah.
What?
Get in my sack, Harry! Oh, yeah!
Get in there.
I'm pretty sure they sell in pouches. But
I'm made of
anyways.
burlap!
I say I don't remember the sack.
Sack boy.
Apex Legends.
Oh, okay.
That's on mine as well. I love Apex.
It's so good. Gauntlet, which we reviewed recently. Uncharted 4, which we reviewed recently. And
Yeah.
Overcooked 2.
Cook 2 had some fun moments.
Oh, and I also have a dishonorable mention.
God damn, you can't just throw a new segment in. Like, we're like,
caught me off guard.
we're like 6 or 7 consoles deep, Joe.
I don't care. Fucking how to do it.
All right.
Destroy all humans.
Joke's on you. I played on PC.
Oh, man.
I would.
I'm wrong. Tell me I am wrong.
Oh, you're not wrong.
Oh, that game was hard to get through.
Oh, I think you're wrong. Oh, no, that was not great.
Hey, it's great. It's a great game to
Be
Throw
mad
away
at.
$20
to
at.
shoot with a bunch of fucking bullets.
Hey, you know what? It's a great game for the fact that it's been how long now, and Joe still thinks about it.
All right, a few honorable mentions. Infamous Second Son.
Okay.
It was an early game.
Yeah, that was like a launch title, I think.
Yes,
Because Infamous was on PS3.
Yep.
Yeah,
Infamous 1 and 2.
That
were-
was fucking fun.
I forgot about that game. That was a good one.
Second Son was incredible, and I thought it. There was a lot of hoopla right at the beginning of the PlayStation with like the axes on the controllers and the IR stuff.
Yeah.
And that's one of the few games that ever actually did anything with it.
Yeah. Doesn't
Other
surprise
than like
me.
Until Dawn,
like
where
tilt
it would
controls
like
and stuff.
yeah. So one thing I just want to shout it out. It's this dumb thing, but it felt so cool. Was you had to turn the controller sideways and shake it up and down like a paint can.
Yeah,
for
paint
masturbation.
can.
For graffiti, like a spray paint can.
Yeah.
And then you actually press down on the R2 button and spray, and you actually like move your hand around and you spray.
Oh, that's fun.
Spray paint. I thought it was just a really cool fucking thing.
So many penises.
I wish games would just get away from the motion control thing. Like what did we play recently? Like Uncharted 4, where you had to fucking shake the controller to get the flashlight to charge. Or
And
whatever.
like 3 times in the whole game, too.
fucking
Yeah.
hate it. Stop doing it. Anyways, sorry.
So
Hot takes.
I have Battlefield 4 on here because we did play a bunch of that. Me, you, and John.
Probably the last good one.
We played a lot.
Last really good one.
2042 is really good too, but
The new one?
yeah, it is. It is really good.
Look
I'm
at
sorry,
Joe's
it
face.
is. But
Look at his face right
have you
now.
played it?
Nobody plays it.
Have you
Clark has?
have you played it?
I'm not going to play it.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Then shut your goddamn bitch mouth, Joe.
I'm not going to play it.
Yeah,
I've seen enough reviews to stay away.
Ooh.
All right.
I've played it and like
I will
so
get the
yeah.
next Battlefield. I think I'm gonna make. I think I'm coming around. It's like that, like hockey games. I gotta play one every couple.
Get 2042. I'll play with you. Detroit Become Human.
That's a goodie.
Goody.
Good game.
Absolutely fantastic game.
That's it. I'll just mention it here with you if you don't mind, just so I can cross it off my list.
Sure.
That was like one of the tough games. Like, what do I want to put on Until Dawn or this? Because they were both like just fucking gems.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Harry and I have a full podcast about that.
Yeah.
It's a really good episode, by the way, if you haven't listened to it.
Did you play that? Did you guys? Either
No.
you guys played Detroit?
No,
I haven't beat it, but I actually, it was like a year or two ago. It might have been like, I think I booted it up during lockdown. And I'm like, I got time for this now.
I also have on here Crypt of the Necrodancer. It is this weird music rhythm type dungeon crawler game.
Okay, you're speaking my language so far.
So it's top down 2D, and as like the techno music is playing, if you time your movements and attacks with those, you can progress faster. So you can start going. If you're going
What?
if you're going with the techno, you're like just skipping across the screen and attacking and stuff, jumping around.
Okay.
I have like 5 or 6 tracks on like Spotify that I still fucking listen to. It's an incredible game.
Okay.
I've been playing around with possibly bringing that to the podcast at some point.
Okay.
Because it's totally worth it.
From how it sounds, I will not be mad if you do that.
And last but not least, and I know no one's going to agree with me here, but Death Stranding.
I mean, I can't disagree. I didn't play it.
Yeah, I know really.
I haven't played it, so I don't have anything.
It's just
to
one of
say
those
for
things
it.
that like
I mean, the backpack simulator meme, but I mean, like, it's just a meme.
yeah, that's
like-
that's the thing. It's one of those things that like people like to like diss on that game and stuff, but that game is a really weird experience of a game.
Okay.
And it's
Hey, I'm not going to knock it
It's
till
a-
I try it.
it's an interesting thing running through the wild, and then you find like a ladder that someone placed, like because your game and what you do in your game and your environment affects other people's games, but it's at random. So it's like this weird like trickling effect. Like, so like say all 4 of us were playing the game and Steve, you placed a ladder at one point. It could show up in Joe's game, it could show up in Harry's game, it could show up in my game, or it could show up in none of our games. Or if I build an entire fucking highway in mine, it could show up in Harry's game, or it could show up in yours, it could show up in random strangers. Like, it's a really interesting take. Like, there's like communities online right now that are going through and building all of these highways, and people are connecting them, and then they're connecting these nodes and they start linking their worlds together. It's this really fucking crazy high concept shit that like a lot of people that are just like, oh, walking simulator, like they miss the point.
Was that
Interesting.
Kojima?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
that makes sense.
yeah,
then.
it's just more of Kojima's like genius stuff that he's just like, I'm going to try some really weird fucking crazy shit, and it totally works.
Okay.
It just does. I've bought that game 3 times.
Damn.
I bought it once digitally because it was like really cheap, and I didn't want to keep
Wait,
putting the disc
yeah.
in. And I bought the Super Collector's Edition, and I have a BB, like one of the pod fetus things.
Little.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have like a
baby.
like a 15-inch fucking like BB pod.
All right. I'll run through some real quick. Life is Strange. It was a real tough one not to get on the list. Inside, Firewatch.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have played this War of Mine, the little ones.
Yeah.
Great game.
Is that
seen
the
it.
side-scrolling one, right?
Yeah.
That's like World War II France or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
if you
I
buy
remember
it
you
right
talking
now,
about that.
if you buy it right now, all the proceeds go to
Ukraine.
support
Ukraine,
Ukraine.
yeah.
Okay.
Really cool game. Very
That
dark.
was a cool
though.
game.
Very dark.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, it's kind of like surprising for like when you're just look at the trailer or the art style. You it's like you start playing it and you're like, okay, whoa, what the fuck did I sign up for?
Yeah. And just to give you guys a little like premise, like so, you have a little house that it's a lot of like resource management and trying to survive through like the winter.
Okay.
Essentially, and your guys can like starve to death and die, and then that's it. It's a little roguelike, but like longer sessions. But like there's different areas around the city that you can go scavenge resources. Some people are like an old couple. You could take the resources, but then they die. Or you can go to like bases that have like paramilitaries hanging out, or you can go to the hospital and there's people getting treated, but you need the medical supplies as well. So like there's a lot of like gray area decision.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of
moral
stuff
and ethics
Cool.
decisions.
So everybody's
Yeah.
going to die except me. Because I'm the most important thing.
Monster Slayers, that's the roguelike card deck game I think I mentioned a long time ago.
Yeah.
Heavy Rain, Titanfall 2. I didn't hear that come
Okay.
up tonight. That's
No.
a real solid game. Bloodborne, Back for Blood, because this is the system that I played it on.
Same with Heavy Rain, because Heavy Rain was a PS3 game.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but this is where I experienced, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Two I did briefly want to talk about real quick. What Remains of Edith Finch. It's up there with like Life is Strange, is like hitting you on like an emotional level that you cannot forget. Like we played that game
That
2 or
was-
3
that was
years
it.
ago, and it still resonates with me on a very visceral level.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you guys ever get the chance, it's like a 3-hour game. If you want to like
It's worth it.
slightly extended movie, and you really want to have like an emotional impact that's going to leave a lasting
That's
impression.
actually a
I
good
have
one.
enough emotional impact to leave a lifetime of lessons.
I mean, I think that's a good one where it's like it's a good couple play.
Yeah, honestly,
Because it's more story driven, and especially like if you have a significant other who isn't as versed in games as maybe some of our listeners are, that's where it's easy enough for everybody to kind of get involved in like the entirety, where it's not like a difficult game, but it's good. It's a very well told story.
yeah, and it's one of those games that like I didn't give it a 10 when we did that review, but this is aged so well that maybe I should have given that game like a 10.
You're doing a retrospective.
Well, no,
yeah, I know. I'm trying to make a goddamn joke.
Rescore.
For fuck's sake.
The other one that I still think about a lot was the game Prey. That game was just really awesome, and the way you could do such subtle things and yet change the final so there's this robot in the game that kind of leads you through the whole game because that was what he was programmed for. But there's alternate robots, and if you destroy some of them, it can change the entire mission of the game because you're following a different robot. And I just remember reading about that, and it's just fucking blowing my mind. Like, and it's such a subtle thing that the game doesn't tell you. You just can like
Just
come across.
happens dynamically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wild, just wild. That
Wild
game,
stuff.
that game was just so cool. It was really cool game. And that's I think that's all my honorable mentions.
We're in console defining. I'm just going to run through my list real quick.
Sure.
I have on here Control. We have a whole episode about it. It's fantastic.
Go
game.
listen
Amazing.
to it.
Yep. Destiny, I think, was just a completely defining game. Last of Us 2,
Yeah.
I think, is great for storytelling. The Uncharted series that came out on this, I believe it was 3 and 4, came out on PS4.
I know 4 definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until Dawn, I have Horizon Zero Dawn on here. The God of War reboot, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a remaster, it's a reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a game that not a lot of people like talk about much, but it is one of the modern marvels in games. Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is an incredible game.
I've
PlayStation
heard.
Plus game for March.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
it's the trial for the online mode.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
okay.
But it gives you enough to understand what that game is.
I have a relatively short list for this. Couple which have, everything's been mentioned. So the God of War reboot, I haven't played it, but the just everything I've heard about it just really seems like it really pushed it over the edge. The Uncharted series, because I wasn't sure where, again, the games fell and like where they were actually at. Red Dead Redemption 2 was actually at the top of my list, but I just wanted to say that since it was already said.
Oh my god, I forgot about that fucking game.
Which one?
Red Dead 2.
Redemption 2.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
Does that fuck up your top 5 list?
It might have honestly crept into my top 5.
Yeah, because I know, like, it was shortly after it came out. Actually, yeah, because the only reason I had is because Morgan and I just started dating at that point, and she had, like, an education class, like, in Erie. So she's like, hey, can you watch Kirby? I'm like, yeah, sure, this is fine. You know, I'm sure he won't fucking hate me the entire time. She's like, oh, by the way, thank you. Before I go, here's Red Dead Redemption 2 to keep you busy while I'm gone. I'm like, oh, I really like this girl. We're on point there.
Fucking putting a ring on that shit.
Yeah, I know. I did.
Ralph and I reviewed Red Dead 2.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
you guys did.
My thoughts are out there on that
Yep.
game, that masterpiece.
And then I had Bloodborne because that was something completely, well, I mean, I know there was like Souls 3 and whatnot, but that was new to me, and I really think that really kind of pushed it a little bit for that genre on this platform. And Witcher 3, because that was just it.
I tried to do my list off of memory, like most of it, and then I skimmed the list. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Witcher 3 is in my honorable mentions as well.
And
like,
that is also another one of
definitely
those
genre
games that you can put the amount of time that Joe has put in all of his games combined and then still not reached everything you needed to. Well, I mean, that's probably a little bit of like an exaggeration, but
Yeah,
still,
I mean,
it is one of the most like largest map games. So much shit that goes into it, and it's just it had to go on all my mentions. Or console defining, rather.
I don't have any console defining that haven't been mentioned, so I'm just going to leave that short.
Okay.
Hoopy Boos?
Sure, I'll run through the list. A lot of these were mentioned, but just in case. Horizon Zero Dawn, Bloodborne, Until Dawn, Detroit Become Human. I said the Uncharted series because I think when they released 1, 2, and 3 as a package deal, I think that's like a gem on the system.
Yeah.
That's such good value in one game.
Yeah,
I
totally.
agree to a point.
You're a stickler
that.
about the multiplayer part?
I am a stickler about the multiplayer part.
Okay.
I think it was an integral part of 2 and 3 that is missed on that collection, but
That's fine.
Okay.
I said Resident Evil 7 specifically, just because it was kind of in the middle of this generation. I feel like Resident Evil 8 was the tail end and might have gotten... It was big, I feel like, in mainstream media. I don't know. I just think 7 is going to be the bigger of the two on this generation.
I will say, after playing 8, it made me be like, I want to check out 7. What happened
It's different.
with
That was very horror.
Yeah,
8 was very action.
yeah.
that? Okay.
Completely different monster.
It's a horror game.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was fucking frightening.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
It's
awesome.
pretty terrifying.
Okay.
There's a lot of unkillable bosses in that. Like,
Yeah, like you just have to run, which is horrific.
it's
in
always terrifying
Yeah.
in first person when you're just
All
like,
right.
run.
So creepy slug baby, but times 10, and the majority of the game.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
more like the whole game is like that.
Welcome to the family, son. Like that dude fucking chasing you.
What was free? Like you walk through like almost pitch black house for the first few hours of the game.
For a few hours?
Yeah, and your girlfriend keeps going in and out of a demon mode, and like you have
ripping your hand off.
I mean,
and-
that's nothing new, but
Yeah.
yikes.
I also said Rocket League, Rainbow Six Siege, and I haven't really played
Rainbow Six Siege is...
made all of his list.
it. Yeah,
Okay,
console
all-
defining. Like that game is huge. Like
No, I'll agree with that.
Huge.
And I said Overwatch. I haven't played it, but I think it's big enough that it needs a mention.
You hear
fair.
about it enough, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
I
This
think
fair.
I think it's bigger on PC personally
Okay.
than consoles, but
But yeah, no, I totally blocked Destiny. Like that didn't like
Didn't even
any
mind.
of my lists until you guys started mentioning it tonight. So that's the one I forgot. Where you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Red Dead. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, Destiny. That was the thing.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
I can't believe I forgot about Red Dead though. Like that actually bums me out.
I didn't because I played the first one on PS4, but I was like, what did and like I saving it because I didn't put it on my list because I got it through PS Now, which I was like,
It's a gray
very
area.
gray area.
Yeah.
All right, join us in 2 weeks for Parasite Eve 2.
Oh, something to toss out because we haven't mentioned since we reactivated it.
Patreon?
We have our Patreon page up.
We mentioned it once.
Did we?
Yeah, Les
But
Mulvers, I
we
think.
should probably
Once.
mention it more than.
Yeah.
So we just want to mention that. So we did change things. We're not really offering rewards, but if you are a fan of the show and you want to support us, like, we're just asking $1 a month.
All right, guys. Well, stay lovely.
Ooh, stay sexy.
Stay safe.
Eat my ass.